Guys, hello. I've made it to Seattle. I've had quite a day. But I'm here and I'm on my way down. Oh, hi. Oh my God, so good to see you. Hello vlog. I'm here, I made it to Seattle and I'm with Liz. And we just exchanged some fun presents, including another set of matching PJs like we did in Arizona. I'm gonna turn the camera, oh, here. We're gonna be so adorable. Perfect. Because you have to have matching PJs for your girls trip. And look at this. I love it. She got me the flock tote bag.
We're tired, it's late.
We're very tired. It's late, it's, 8 p.m. here, so. But it's like 11 p.m. for Liz and like 10 p.m. for me. So we're fading fast, but I'm very excited about our plans tomorrow. And I'm gonna check in with you guys in the morning when I am more awake and more with it. But this weekend is gonna be so fun. And I cannot wait to share it with you guys and Liz. We're here, we're doing it. Hello from Seattle. I made it. I am about to go walk downstairs to meet Liz, and I thought I would show the first knit fit of my flock weekend. I have on my traveler hoodie by Andrew Mowry. I'm actually double knitted today because I have my little cumulus tee under there for when it hopefully gets brighter and sunnier, but it's kind of chilly and rainy out right now. So I'm also bringing Liz a extra hoodie because neither of us really packed for this weather. So anyways, day one of our Seattle trip. I'm so excited. First coffee stop of the Seattle trip. Liz and I have met up, had our coffee and our pastry, and now we're walking down all the hills to the ferry to go shop on Bainbridge Island. I'm not sure if you can tell on video how steep these hills are, but we're walking down to the water to the ferry right now, and I feel like the walk home is not going to be as fun.
Wouldn't it be weird to Uber for a half a mile?
No, and if we have enough shopping bags in our hands. Our shopping adventure. All right guys, checking in. Liz and I just went to our first yarn shop. We went to Lamb & Kid here on Bainbridge Island, and we both found some amazing spin cycle colors, and I was influenced by all of their beautiful samples. So I'm gonna do a shift cowl, which is an Andrea Mowry pattern, and I took a little video of the yarns I picked out. I'm so excited. Of course, I will give you a full haul of everything when we get back to the hotel later, but day one shopping so far is a big success. Also, like, all of the knitting celebrities are out and about. We've seen so many people, including Sari Nordlund, who we're taking a class with on Saturday. She's in the store right now, and I tried to play it cool and not stare too much because we'll meet her on Saturday, but it's all very exciting. It's all happening. Okay, we're in La Mercerie now, and I came to sit down at the table because I found this beautiful yarn. It's called Loop Fiber Studio Yin Yang. They have it swatched up and it's gorgeous, and I really want to find a pattern. I'm not going to let myself buy anything on this trip unless I have a pattern in mind, so that's the goal right now, is to find a pattern for this. And then also, this is Swanky Sock by Magpie Fibers. Oh, I don't know, guys. I'm going crazy this weekend. Can I even pull off this yellow shade, or is it too close to like my skin and hair? That's another good question. Okay, first let's find a pattern. Cheers, friend. We are on our way back to the ferry to ride back across to Seattle. We had a very successful shopping day here on Bainbridge Island, had a wonderful lunch, and it's just could not be more gorgeous out here. What is it, like 72 degrees and sunny? And big bag. Liz rocking the big old bag. And we're gonna go get the ferry and knit and just enjoy the rest of our day.
View.
I mean, look at that view. It's stunning out here. Hey guys, it's the end of day one. It is Thursday here in Seattle, and Liz and I just had the absolute best day. We took the ferry over to Bainbridge Island, we went shopping, we bought all the things, and then we came back to the hotel, had a lovely dinner in the lounge, did some knitting, and I wanted to come back and show you all of my haul because I got some good stuff today. And I've already bought so much, and I still have another full day before flock even starts, so I'm gonna come home with a lot of yarn. That's the whole purpose of this trip. Let me show you what I got. First, I got this super cute drawstring tote bag from Lamb & Kid, which, oh my gosh. So I had seen Lamb & Kid last year at Flock, their booth, and I knew they had a store, but I completely forgot, if I'm honest, that it was on Bainbridge Island. I only really knew La Mercerie, and La Mercerie is, the store owner is the one who hosts Flock, and I had always seen photos. It looked like a beautiful store. That's what I was most excited to visit. And then Liz reminded me, Lamb & Kid also have a store on Bainbridge Island. That store was amazing. I know I took videos. I'm sure you saw all the colorful sweaters. They had tons of samples. Everything in that store is their own hand-dyed yarn except for the spin cycle. Oh, it was so good. I could have spent 2 more hours in there easily. So I'll start with what I got from Lamb & Kid. They had a whole wall of spin cycle, and they had several of the shift cowl from Andrea Mowry, all like done up, like model knit, and it showed like what yarns were used, and all of them used 1 skein of their like sport weight cashmere and 2 skeins of spin cycle. So I wanted to get one up. So the spin cycle colors I chose are Levitate and Midsummer. And I chose these because I wanted the spin cycle colors to contrast each other, but still be kind of similar colors. So I feel like this is just the dark, bright version of these colors, and this is like the more pale pastel version of these colors, right? So I feel like these are really gonna look good against each other. And then for my solid third color, I got this gold, let's see, what's it called? It's called Slug. I think in the earlier clip when I was shopping, I had picked out a cashmere yarn, and then I decided to just swap it out for their sock yarn instead. So it's a very similar color, but it's called Slug, and it's 70% merino, 20% cashmere, 10% nylon. And that is gonna be the colors of my shift cowl. Anyways, okay. I'm gonna try and go through this more quickly. I know I probably showed a lot of this yarn while I was shopping, but so that was Lamb and Kid, and then we went over to La Mercerie, and I found this yarn that I never heard of, but I'm now obsessed with, called Loop Fiber Studio Yin Yang, and it looks like this. And it's a 2-color plied yarn. This is a worsted weight, 100% extra fine merino, 220 yards per 100 grams. And what they do is they have like this color where it's like more prominently mustard with like this cream running through it. And then they do the opposite or the inverse where it's mostly the cream with one of like strand of the mustard running through. And I was obsessed, and they had it swatched up in these little beautiful swatches you could touch and play with. And I was like, I want to knit something. Okay, I need a project, right? Like I'm trying not to buy yarn. I talked about this while I was at La Mercerie. When I decided to knit, tentatively, I bought enough yarn so that like it'll work for mini projects, but what I have in my head is a coloring book tee by Amy Scher. And so I bought enough that I can do a long sleeve coloring book raglan with this mustard kind of 2-tone yarn, and then use the inverse color as like subtle stripes. And I had a little bit of a hesitation about if this is the right color for me, but I think it works. I think it works. And then the only other thing I got at La Mercerie was a skein of Magpie Fibers Swanky Sock in the color Highline. And this is their 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. And I just loved the grayish with the pops of color. And no, I don't know what I'm gonna make other than probably a pair of socks or a Musselburgh hat, which is like, you know, my favorite thing to make with one skein of sock yarn, but I couldn't leave it at the store. It needed to come home with me, so. Yes, that's all the yarn I got. But then we went to a fabric store called Esther's Fabrics, and I got a teeny tiny little strawberry mini charm pack. I want to make a little patchwork project bag or a patchwork knitting bag, something patchwork, something bag. That's what that's for. And then I found they had Fabulism, which is a really gorgeous woven fabric. And I thought that Fabulism only came in 45-inch widths, which is great for quilting, but not great for clothes making. And I love making wide leg, elastic waist, like comfy pants, like basically pajama pants for the outside. They had 55-inch bolts of Fabulism, which I didn't even know existed. And I found a really pretty fabric, and so I bought 3 yards. And it's got this kind of orangey gold running through it. And like, I feel like a sweater in this, pants like this. I see it. I can see the vision. I'm really into this mustard color, like kind of goldy mustard right now. Oh, the last thing I bought was just a touristy thing, because we went in this really, really cute, I think it was called Millstream, like a very Bainbridge Island gift shop type place. And I wanted, one of my favorite things to buy when I'm traveling is like touristy, kitschy type t-shirts, like souvenir t-shirts. And I found this super cute, again, mustard, because I'm obsessed. And it's basically the ferry that you ride from Seattle to Bainbridge as like a ship in a bottle with a little orca. And it's just, it's too cute. And then the store name, the Millstream store, is on there. So anyways, that is my shopping haul for today, and it was honestly such a good time. Liz and I just had such a good time together. We did not stop smiling. It was rainy and misty this morning, but by about noon, the sun came out and it was 70 degrees, sunny and gorgeous, and we just had a spectacular time. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up for the night. I'm about to get in my sweats, into that bed. I'm gonna put on some YouTube and knit, and we're gonna do this all again tomorrow. So I'll see you there. Hello, good morning from day 2 of the Seattle trip. We've got our coffee. Cheers! And we are now on our way down to Pike Place Market to visit a local yarn store and do a little sightseeing and exploring. And yeah, let's go. Guys, we found the yarn store. Let's go shopping. Oh, it's video. I just hit the video button instead of, guys. It is such a gorgeous day. So fun, so pretty out here. Just out here being tourists, guys.
Catch it on my gram.
Yeah, they're doing it for the tent. Successful day. Guys, Liz and I, there's Liz, we're hanging out in her bed doing a little, you know, flock shop planning and knitting and hanging out and watching YouTube. And I wanted to try on my clover tee, and Liz lent me a needle so that I could try it on, and we're so close to being done. So good. It's so good. I love this color. Oh, it's so good. I cannot wait. And I have one of the sleeves done, and I think it's the perfect length. So good. So I'm really, really excited to get this done. Two strips of 3 for $10. We were so right. Let's see what it says. Is it working? How bad is it?
Ready?
Oh, you haven't looked?
I haven't looked.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna film our reaction to it. Okay, guys, we attempted a photo booth photo session, and we expect the results to be ridiculous. We're gonna look at them. Why was there no instructions on the screen? Well, hi, good morning, you guys. It is Saturday morning, day one of actual flock weekend. I don't think I did a full check-in yesterday or even explained what happened, but Liz had bought us tickets for a brewery event hosted by Flock, and she told me it was Friday night, and I was like, great. We got here, we made our plans for the week. We knew that Friday night we had an event, and so last night we got all dressed up in our cute little outfits with our knits, brought our knitting, and we went to the brewery. And then we were like, why are there no other knitters here? Okay, well, it turns out the event is actually tonight, so we were a day early. So we still enjoyed ourselves, had a great time, attempted to use the photo booth as I did show you, which was hilarious. I haven't laughed that hard in so long. And yeah, then we came back to the hotel, ate our dinner, chilled, and now it's actually day one of Flock. So I just got ready. I put on my Palm Springs tank I'll show you my outfit in a minute, with my cute little pants. And I need to pack up my bag, and I'm gonna go meet Liz for breakfast. And then we have a class with Sari Nordland at 10 a.m. And then at noon, we will be shopping in the Flock Marketplace, and I can't wait. I'm so excited, but yeah, I just wanted to do a little bit of a check-in because I don't think I really explained what happened last night, but we had such a good time. Liz is such a great travel partner. We have such a good time together. It doesn't matter that there were no other knitters there. We were there with beers and knitting and laughs, and then we attempted that photo booth, which, okay, it wasn't our fault. The screen was broken. We were given no instructions, and then all of a sudden there were just blinding, flashing lights in our face, and it felt like there were 100 of them, and we couldn't stop laughing, and the pictures are hilarious and such a good memory. I'm gonna remember that forever. So anyways, shout out to Liz for being the best girls crafty weekend partner. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna go meet Liz for breakfast, and we're gonna get this day started. Okay, here is the outfit of the day. Got the Palm Springs tank, got my Lane pants by Sydney Graham that I made with my Ruby Star fabric, and I feel like it looks so good with this color tank. And then I have a little white button down from Old Navy that I threw over it because it's actually gonna be a little chilly this morning. But yeah, okay, now I can go meet Liz for breakfast. We're here, we're in the building, and we're on our way to Sari's class, and it's all happening.
I can't stop smiling. So big.
Was I really just wearing sunglasses inside for the last half hour?
So was I actually.
We're cool girls. Okay, hi. I have not checked in since this morning. It was a very busy and overwhelming shopping day. I think last we talked, I was about to head into the Sari Nordland class. So we did that. It was wonderful to hear from Sari, hear her thought process, like how she designs and how she looks at charts. There were a lot of people in the class who had not done lace before, and I think it probably was very overwhelming to them because Sari Nordland's patterns are gorgeous, but very complicated, and it was a very complicated lace chart. I've done a lot of lace and I was making mistakes with that chart, so I could only imagine what some of the people who had never done lace before were thinking. The woman next to me actually, I think, got a little frustrated, and she just played on her phone for like the last hour of class and didn't like actually knit anything, but it was wonderful to like meet Sari, and she's so beautiful, and she had on the most beautiful knit t-shirt and skirt. I think it was her Ebba pattern, I heard her telling another classmate. So that was the first 2 hours. And then when we made it into the shopping hall, it was at peak capacity. So it was super overwhelming and busy to try to like get into any booths. So we did a little look around, we took a break to eat, and then we kind of got back out there and just shopped in the booths that we were able to get into. And I found some really good things, and I am kind of streamlining a list and trying to come in with a better plan for tomorrow. I thought I was prepared for today, but I wasn't. But I wanted to show you a few fun things that I did pick up, including this beautiful neon peach from Rainier Roses Yarn Co. And it is called Material Girl, and it's an 80-20 fingering weight, and it was in her clearance section. It was 50% off. Like, how could I say no to this beautiful color? So I got 4 skeins, and my current plan is to hold this with a cream yarn to do a melange sweater by Petite Knit, and I think that would be so cool. So I got this, and then I got a sweater's quantity of this sport weight from Ritual Dyes in this beautiful red orange. I mean, I've got my current red orange whip right here. Like, I really have a type. But this is such a beautiful color, and I think this is going to become a traveler crew neck. I did the traveler hoodie last year, or earlier this year, and I think this would be awesome to do the crew neck version. So I got that. And then we went to Spin Cycle's booth, which was just amazing. Oh, I got one of their reusable like Baggu branded grocery bags, which I loved. And then I got more Straw Baby because it's just my favorite. I used this earlier this year for an Alpine Bloom sweater, and I got a skein of Midsummer, which it's just all the pinks and golds and greens, and I just love it. And then I stopped in at Little Fiber Co, and she had on sale some cashmere fingering weight, 100% cashmere. I've never knit with 100% cashmere. So this little skein, it's 185 yards, 50 grams, and it was $30. And so my plan is to just do a little thin, you know, small scarf, like probably a little Sophie scarf, just because once I touched this and picked it up, I couldn't leave it behind. So yeah, so pretty. So pretty. And then my favorite find of the day was this amazing project bag. Look at this. It is quilted and made with like, kind of like nylon. I don't know what you like, waterproof type material. It's really cool. It's a puffy quilted little bag. It's got a drawstring, and it's got this amazing kind of disco cowgirl print. It is from That Crafty Little Fox, and I love it. This little howdy sticker, I'm obsessed with it. So that's my little haul from today. The plan for tonight is to go to the brewery on the right night this time, and it's fun. We had a great night. We had a great night on our own, but we're going to go check out the meetup at the brewery for a little while, get something to eat, and then when we come back to the hotel, we've got to pack up all of our yarn because tomorrow is the travel home day. But before we do that, we're going to go back to Flock and shop. So I need to get a better list together and some more hang time with Liz. And I know, but yeah, we're just taking a break right now because we got very tired and overwhelmed shopping.
We literally shopped ourselves out.
But it was a great time.
But we'll be ready for tomorrow.
Yeah. We back 10 a.m. with a vengeance. And yeah, we'll show you what we get up to tomorrow. The yarn makes us so happy. So many good projects. We made it on the right night. We had a photo booth do-over, and it's adorable. Yes. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Just got home from the Flock bar event and I need to pack up all my stuff because I fly home tomorrow. But first, I'm just gonna spread it out on the bed and look at it. Okay, last day of Flock. This is the outfit. I'm wearing my Alpine Bloom and my pink and red gingham lane pants. And I'm ready to do some more shopping. I'm gonna go meet Liz for breakfast. And if you're looking for me today, you can't miss me. Good morning, day 2 of Flock. It's our last day. We actually both fly home today. And I'm very sad to be leaving Liz later. But before we get there, we still have a full 5 hours to shop at Flock before we need to go.
Happen in 5 hours.
Yeah, so, we'll show you what we get and what we get up to. But for now, we're just drinking our coffee and taking a little Sunday morning stroll down to the convention center. So we'll see you in there. That's a wrap on day 2. Woo! All right. We made it to the airport and it is time to say goodbye to Liz. I had the absolute best time. I already told her she's the best travel partner. I can't wait for the next girls trip.
Yep,
but
already talking about it.
Yep. Thank you.
This was the best. The best.
Bye. Hi guys, I've made it home now. And look what is almost finished. Just hidden out of frame is the fact that I have not finished my second sleeve, but I did finish the hem and the first sleeve, and we have an almost finished clover tee. I was really hoping to have it finished before I came and filmed this little outro and wrap up, but it's not going to be done till later tonight or maybe tomorrow. So I'm wearing it as is. Can you see my yarn is back here in my Christmas bowl? Anyways, it's been a few days. I am home now from Flock. I'm missing Liz and I've had to go back to work and all the boring stuff this week, but I never kind of wrapped up the last day of the trip. It was a little bit of a whirlwind, to be honest, because we decided to save on one night of hotel by leaving Sunday evening rather than leaving Monday morning. because that meant more money for yarn, right? Girl math. And, but what that meant was that we had to check out of our hotel before flock started. So we checked out of our hotel around 9 a.m. and we had the hotel store our luggage while we went and shopped. And then we came back to the hotel around like 3 p.m. to collect our luggage, try to shove yarn into our suitcases. Luckily, Liz had brought Ziploc bags for us to pack our yarn. So like we were kind of doing that like vacuum bag, like smoosh and get all the air out and kind of flatten the yarn down to make it easier to fit into our suitcases. And then we were off to the airport. My flight left at 6 p.m. and hers left at 9 p.m. So we had to say goodbye in the airport. And I made it home about 2 a.m. Monday morning. And I think Liz made it home around 7 a.m. Monday morning. So we were both very sleepy girls on Monday. And so I realized while watching earlier clips of the vlog, while I was editing it, that I really did not film that much on Saturday or Sunday. And really it was just because flock was so busy and kind of chaotic, especially on Saturday. And we were just like kind of exhausted because we had just been walking nonstop, shopping nonstop, talking nonstop. And by Sunday, we were just so tired that like I really did not show anything of what we got up to a Sunday, which really was just walking and kind of doing an in-depth look at every booth one last time to see if there was anything that, you know, we wanted to take home with us. And of course we found some more things. So I wanted to show you my haul from Sunday. I'm trying to figure out and remember what was bought on Saturday and what was on Sunday. One of the things on Sunday that I went back for was one of the exclusive colorways from Sorella. So they did Summer Sorbet for especially for flock, and it's this really pretty just like pink lemonade type of color. And so I got a single skein of their nylon sock, which is the 75/25 sock weight yarn, and you know, this will eventually be a pair of socks or a hat or a one skein project, who knows, but I just really love this colorway. I had tried to pick this up on Saturday, but Sorella's booth had just the craziest, longest lines for most of the day, and I figured they had talked about how much of this yarn they were bringing, so I didn't think it was gonna sell out, and I was right, so I was still able to snag a skein of this on Sunday. One of the nice things was that Sunday was a lot calmer than Saturday. It was still very busy and very fun, but the same kind of crush of people and bodies was not present on Sunday like it was on Saturday. So it was much easier to have like a little bit of a slower, more luxurious shopping experience. So I picked up this, and then Liz and I just could not stay out of the Spin Cycle booth. And I decided that I really needed and wanted to kit up an Ooey Gooey sweater, which is the new Andrea Mowry Rhinebeck sweater for this year. So I had such a hard time deciding what colors, but what I ended up deciding to go with, I'm gonna grab two. This is my main color, Paprika by Hazel Knits. This is a sport weight, 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon, and this beautiful kind of bricky red. I mean, I love this color. And then for the contrast color, I got more of a Spin Cycle color I've already knit with, and it's called Reckless Abandon. So main color, accent color. It's kind of tone on tone. Oh, I forgot to bring my swatch back here. I think I have a picture of it. I did start a swatch for this the other night. I like literally on Monday when I got home, because I just wanted to see what it looked like. So I did start swatching this. So I am really ready to cast this on, but you know, I need to finish a couple of my whips, or at least this whip, before I start something new. So I got 2 skeins of the Spin Cycle dyed in the wool. I think 4 skeins for my size of my main color, and I'm very excited. This kind of feels like last year when I got very excited by the Alpine Bloom and kitted that up at Flock and started it immediately. And I feel like the Ooey Gooey is kind of satisfying that need for me this year. And I think the only other thing I bought on Sunday was actually a repeat buy from Saturday. I had bought this color of cashmere fingering weight yarn called On the Rocks from Little Fiber Co. And I knew I wanted to do a little scarf with it, but I actually didn't realize that the Sophie scarf called for DK weight. And so I decided to just get a second skein of the cashmere so that I could hold these double and maybe get a little bit of a longer or a little bit of a thicker scarf out of it. So now I have basically 185 yards of DK instead of 185 yards of fingering. So yeah, that was the last little skein of yarn I picked up. And so then, yeah, like I mentioned, once we were done with our shopping, we had to go back to the hotel, get our suitcases together, go to the airport. The airport was really chaotic for a Sunday evening. I don't know why I thought it would be kind of calm, but it was really busy and it was really sad to say goodbye to Liz. And I'm already sad that like we can't just hang out in one of our bedrooms and knit all afternoon and chat and make each other laugh, because it was like the highlight of our little vacation. She's just such a good travel partner and such a good friend, and I love her and miss her. I'm trying to decide if I should do one of those things where I like spread out all the yarn and just, I don't know. Looking at all of it together, it's so much, but like I mentioned, Liz had given us or had brought some of these big Ziploc bags, and so they were really handy for getting all the yarn home. This is everything, these 2 bags are everything I bought on Saturday. And then what I just showed you came out of this last bag. So, yeah. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this yarn came from Thursday when we were on Bainbridge Island. So really, this excessive yarn spending was spread out over 4 days. Yeah, so I think that's where I'm going to leave the vlog for today. I really hope you enjoyed following us along on our flock shopping adventures and our little Seattle touristy trip. We had such a good time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.